The 2K Sports pregame show.
Hey everybody, Ernie Johnson here with Shaquille O'Neal and Kenny the Jet Smith. We're wrapping up the NBA regular season in style here on 2K Sports. And tonight, it'll be the Philadelphia 76ers going up against the Milwaukee Bucks. Well, for Milwaukee, they've yet to win against this squad this season. 2 games, 2 losses. We'll see if their luck changes tonight. And we get to see the Brow in action tonight. Scary that it's still so early in his career. Kenny, just how good can Anthony Davis get?
Well, he's
Look
dominant.
at that brow you got right there.
Oh,
whoa!
I have a double brow.
Yeah, that thing has a
duo
taking on
brow?
a life
I have
of
a
its
double
own.
brow. I have a
Duo brow.
Yeah.
It
does.
weighs about 14 pounds.
It's
doesn't
thick
it?
though. It's thick,
Wow.
but it's a duo.
Anyway, AD.
Well, anyway, he's dominant in almost every aspect of the game. A big guy who can handle the ball. He can run the floor. He can shoot jump shots. He can defend, and he's a force any way you put him.
I want to see how smart you guys are.
Okay.
If he was a reptile, which reptile would he be?
Oh, a raptor.
Ernie,
If he were a reptile,
what would he be?
he'd be.
Taking too long, Ernie. He'd be a versatilian.
Ooh.
Team should be nervous of what he can do in 3 years. You like that?
Versatilian.
That
like
is.
that.
I'm surprised that you've waited this long to break that one out. A
Yeah.
versatilian.
Dr. O'Neal, baby.
Yeah. Okay.
Amphibious.
Kevin Harlan, it's all yours.
It's time for the NBA, live on 2K Sports. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. Philadelphia 76ers come into tonight's game after losing earlier in the season in their last game against Milwaukee. They've still got a 1-game advantage, but no longer have the momentum, dropping that game after starting off the season series with 2 straight wins.
Yeah, and in a hostile environment, they did not rise to the occasion, especially on the defensive side.
Yeah, there was no shine on that effort. Really lackluster. Their D was nowhere to be found.
And with tip-off coming up, we've got just enough time to hear from our good friend David Aldridge on the sideline. D.A., take it away.
Well, guys, you remember that Anthony Davis had a growth spurt in high school that took him from a 6'2 guard to a 6'10 big man. Now, he remembered telling his mother, I can't fit in my bed, I can't fit in my shoes, I can't fit in these jeans you brought me. And her saying, I just bought those 3 weeks ago. Kevin?
It's all paid off in the long run, though. Thanks, D.A. The final day of the regular season. Players get a small break, Clark. Then we jump right into the playoffs. Boy, it is hard not to just absolutely embrace this time of year, isn't it?
Kevin, it is one of the special times of year on the sports calendar when you talk about the NBA playoffs, because the best in the world now are going to be focused, locked in, well-rested, playing for the highest stakes in the game. And they get to do it in series format. So you get multiple opportunities to prove you're the better team. And for fans and us as broadcasters, it's great drama and theater right in front of us.
Cannot wait for the playoffs to begin.
I'm with you there.
Here are the starters for Milwaukee. Middleton and Giannis are out on the wings. Then it's Matthew Dellavedova. Then there's Kenneth Faried. Now here's Middleton. Dellavedova scanning the floor. Covington against Antetokounmpo. Shot clock at 5. And he uses the glass on the layup.
You know, when you're talking about guys who can score over anybody, Antetokounmpo's name always comes up. So hard to defend.
Here's Smith. An 11-point game for him in the win against Chicago. And the officials call a traveling violation. And it's the Bucks ball. Want to keep rolling here following the win against Memphis.
You're going to win a lot of games when you can shoot the 3 ball the way they did in that one.
And, you know, you see teams relying on the 3 ball more and more nowadays. It's a big part of the game. And They made it rain out there in a big way.
Here's Simmons. The offensive rebound. Can't connect from short range. Middleton against Smith to the middle. The pass to Dellavedova. The shot by Middleton, wide open. That drops, and it comes off an assist from Dellavedova.
Man, it's so good to see how Dellavedova plays to his strengths, guys. I mean, specifically how he finds the open man. Nice.
Now, here is Smith, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. And it's out of bounds. The 76ers able to retain possession here.
Man, you love the effort. Just getting the hand in there and knocking it out.
Really came close to the pilfer. But they'll take that effort. Mucking things up is sometimes just as good as a steal.
Here's Simmons. Turned in an outstanding game against Chicago. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
And, you know, the Bucks in recent seasons have employed an aggressive trapping style defensively. Diminishing returns, though, as the league has figured it out. Now they've gone back to the drawing board.
Take a break. Take a break. 2 shots.
That free throw, no good. And with the Bucks' length and athleticism, the pressure style of D made sense.
Yeah, you know, but when it broke down, Kevin, they gave up open threes in today's game. That's almost as bad as a layup.
He hits the second from the line.
Davis is really the total package. A mobile, sharp-shooting big guy who can score from everywhere.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Dellavedova dishes to Fareed. And stolen by Simmons. Covington against Antetokounmpo. Outside, Simmons. Smith feeling it out a bit, and Simmons slams it in.
Love the connection Simmons has with his teammates. I mean, once the lob is on its way, you know he's going to finish in style.
And that unleashed chaos replay presented by Under Armour. Hover Havoc, giving us a chance to relive that exciting play. And stolen by Simmons. And it's Smith, top of the key. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. And a moment here to take a look at some of the hustle stats for Philadelphia.
They've come out in attack mode on the defensive end. They've applied pressure and forcing turnovers.
They've gotten their fair share of points off turnovers so far tonight, too.
And it's Dellavedova missing. The 76ers have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Smith against Middleton. Pass to Covington. He kicks to Embiid. 6 to shoot. Right side, Simmons. Over Dellavedova. No good from Simmons.
Boy, he's holding his team back. Really a hindrance. Can't make a thing. He's way off today.
The kick out to Antetokounmpo. Dellavedova from outside. That shot off the mark. And it's Philadelphia the other way. Simmons feeling it out a bit. Lets it go from 11. Good.
Outstanding focus that time by Simmons. Nothing really rattles this guy. He's unflappable, even when he's getting bodied by the defense like that.
Now, here's Antetokounmpo. 20 points for him last game against Memphis.
And even while he was piling up all those points, he still found a way to create chances for his teammates. The assists just kept on coming.
And Dellavedova has a quirky-looking jump shot. It's effective, but, man, it's not a thing of beauty.
And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
Yeah, just hitting the reset button, a chance to kind of talk some things over.
Yeah, recalibration time with the timeout call there.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Nerlens Noel checks in for Embiid. Korkmaz comes in for Robert Covington. And it's Etuan Moore checking in for Smith. Now here's Moore. It's tipped. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
A nice move to create a gap there in the defense and get to the bucket.
Here's Dellavedova. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Misses off the left iron. And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for the 76ers. This game coming on the heels of their win against Chicago.
Just a terrific effort off the bench. Guys came in, they seemed fresh, and they all contributed.
Yeah, you need that juice, that gas coming off the pine. Always a luxury to have a deep bench. And when they can step in and play well, you're in good shape.
Now here's Simmons, following the miss by Giannis Antetokounmpo.
Boy, the defensive hustle there by Middleton. Stretching out and getting his hand on that shot. Excellent effort.
Dellavedova kicks to Antetokounmpo. Wasted no time on that one. Antetokounmpo's got his second bucket of the game to go.
Love that aggressive mentality, constantly looking to put the ball in the basket.
And Chris Middleton, 39th overall pick back in 2012, a throw-in the Brandon Knight, Brandon Jennings trade. Yet, Clark, you know, you look back and he was the best player by far in that deal.
Kevin, a player's individual journey of development is hard to predict. He's now one of the best two-way wings in the league, and I think he surprised a lot of people, but it's a credit to his work ethic and his skill level.
I mean, with the amount of turnovers they've committed, it's no wonder they're in the position they're in right now.
There's Noel. That one, no good. The Bucks go the other way with it. Dellavedova with the ball. He dishes it to Antetokounmpo. Just 5 to shoot. And that's going to be too many steps. Gets the whistle on the travel.
And the struggles continue, guys, and really it's about those turnovers. They've been the culprit.
Yeah, 5 already, Greg, and they've just been too casual, too much profiling out there to start the game.
Outside, Davis. Over for Reed. Davis with the bucket.
You know, next time he has that much space, he should just go straight up with it and leave the fadeaway at home. Park that fadeaway, take the shot that's available.
Now here's Fareed. Nothing yet on the scoreboard for him. Middleton outside. And so Antetokounmpo looking over it. Steps back and drains the jump shot. Antetokounmpo's got 6. The 76ers leading by 4. Simmons finds Noel. Back to Simmons. Passes it to Davis. Over for Reed. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It goes on Kenneth Faried. If the amount of characters and personalities on this Sixers team, Clark, you can't help but notice the attitude they play with.
Yeah, they play with edge. They play with brashness. Some would say arrogance, but all of the championship teams have some element of that, and that's where they're looking to go. On occasion, if their emotions get out of whack, it could get them in trouble, but I think they'll learn as they grow to tone that down and use it in a positive way.
No good on the free throw. Clark, agility is such an important thing for players to have, obviously. When you look at the offensive end, knowing that agility has that upper value, who are some of the more elusive players you see in the game now?
Man, I don't think there's any more elusive player in the game than Steph Curry. I tell you, he's not the most athletic, he's not the fastest, but he is the slipperiest guy to try to keep a handle on. His ball handling, his shot making, his change of pace. I throw Kyrie Irving in there as well. Kemba Walker, diminutive in size, but boy, is he hard to keep corralled. And Lou Williams, one of my favorites. One of the great scorers, maybe one of the greatest scorers ever, under 6'2" in the league.
Some terrific names there. Now here's Simmons. He has 6. And Moore kicks to Davis. Over Booker. And it's Davis missing.
Boy, the defense had gone to sleep, so you got to knock that one down.
Bogdanovich wide open. And it's Noel with the rebound.
No other way to say it. Flat out bad defense. Didn't even contest the shot. Lucky for them, he misfired on it.
And it's Davis finishing it off.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop.
Well, I tell you what, they've got this team just a step away from being completely asleep.
And Milwaukee calls their first time out of the game.
Yeah, he's got to make some adjustments here. Just too easy to score in the lane against them right now.
Yeah, there's no reason why they should be scoring at will down there easily as they have. I mean, they've got to be more aggressive inside.
Off the inbound. And he overshot that one, missing.
That's exactly how you have to defend him. He's a guy that the D needs to be aware of at all times.
Moore with it, now guarded by Bogdanovich. Here's Korkmaz. Back to Moore. Down low, clock at 4. And Maker sends it back.
And the difference Maker has on this end, love whenever he gets up to swat shots back.
Persistence pays off as they finally hit a shot. That's now 8 points for Ben Simmons. Now Bogdanovich. Playing Memphis, he was nearly unstoppable. Stevenson with a clean look. Drills it from outside. Stevenson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Now here's Simmons. Korkmaz passes to Noel. Over Maker. The shot misses. The Bucks go the other way with it.
And that one gives them a +5 rebound advantage, Kevin.
Pretty clear. They're dominating that area. They've come out with a lot more energy and effort so far.
And so it's Davis. He'll bring the ball up for Philadelphia. 6-point game. Here's Korkmaz. Deep three-point range. The rebound by Brogdon. Bucks trail by 6. Pass to Booker. Wants to get it to Stevenson and does. And Davis sends it back.
Boy, I tell you what, Davis uses his length so well. I mean, a defensive stalwart. Hey, hey, hey. Ooh, wow. And, you know, whenever Simmons gets a chance to show off his insane bounce, he takes advantage of it, really demonstrating how lethal he is in the air.
It's Bogdanovich on the wing. Connects from three-point range. Bogdanovich has got his first 3 points of the game.
He might not have the long range ability of some other guys, but he will knock down open ones like that.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
And Malcolm Brogdon, the son of a lawyer and a college dean, no less. His maturity and thoughtfulness certainly reflect that upbringing.
And the 76ers will go for a different look here. With 1 game to go, let's take a look at how the final seeding will look in the East. You take a look at the 76ers. Right now, they've acquired the second-best record in the conference. And checking out Milwaukee, sitting there 4 spots below.
And I think for the Bucks, this hasn't been the breakout season that many were predicting, but they're still very much in the hunt for a high postseason seed, and that will keep them focused here during the season's final stages.
And they need to stay focused. I mean, they have to ensure they hang on to a high seed. It's imperative for them.
76ers have gone 2 of 4 at the free throw line.
Yeah, pretty good numbers on the season when you look at their free throw attempts, right around 78%.
And, guys, that's really an upgrade over how they shot last season.
Take a break.
Not a huge upgrade, but an upgrade nonetheless.
And he knocks down the first one. And with the way Brogdon conducts himself, some teammates call him, Greg, the president.
Yeah, he has an air about him. That he has that leadership quality and has a goal to create an NGO to alleviate poverty and hunger in developing nations. Who knows? Politics might not be out of the question for this young man.
That one is no good.
Boy, Redick has some of the most admirable traits you want to see in any basketball player. His professionalism and work ethic that made him the player he is today.
You can see he just rushed that a little bit. Lost the focus, I think.
Embiid finds Redick. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Embiid against Booker. Embiid dishes to Noel. Over Maker. And that one's good. Noel. And the 76ers lead by 8.
Really got to admire how confident Noel looks from the mid-range. I mean, squaring up and knocking down these shots consistently.
Stevenson outside. It's Bogdanovich on the wing. They get a hand on it. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Redick. .40 seconds left to play in the first quarter.
In building this lead, they've done a terrific job finishing their defensive sequences with the backboard. That has been key.
Yeah, you're right, Greg. Not one second chance bucket for the opposition. They're boxing out on every shot.
And that bucket adds to what has been a big difference in points in the paint between the two teams.
Yeah, it's really been quite a contrast. I like the way they're attacking the middle and at their offensive end.
Shamet is guarded by Brogdon. Kicks it to Embiid. With 2 seconds left, and the shot goes in. And now it's a 12-point 76ers lead.
Starting to surge here, and we're only in the first quarter.
Yeah, and they've come out strong. I mean, clearly, they've been the better team so far.
And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. Their defense has been terrific in this game. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Malcolm Brogdon was the 2016-17 NBA Rookie of the Year. We spoke about Giannis Antetokounmpo and his willingness to listen and learn.
He's going to listen, whether you're giving him advice. Even as a rookie, he was listening, and I would listen to him, but he was actually, if I saw something as a point guard, he would actually listen to me and try it out the next play. And that's special. You don't have many guys at his status that are doing that.
Yeah, that's very rare indeed. Being a sponge early on and Greg soaking up new ways to expand your game is important.
Kevin, no question at all. Plus, the humility. Knowing your teammates can help you grow. Easy to see why they love him in Milwaukee.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And the 76ers have been rolling along, haven't they?
I mean, an interesting first quarter. The pressure D seems to be causing a lot of turnover.
Just jumped all over him, Greg. I mean, pounced on him, using their length and quickness to come away with those steals.
And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, Trevor Booker is out there with Maker. Then it's Lance Stevenson. Then there's Malcolm Brogdon. And it's Bogdanovich in at the shooting guard. Here's Redick. Here's Noel. Good D by Stevenson.
Well, he mistimed it just a skosh. Don't think the defense really had an impact. I think he just flat out missed it.
Bogdanovich, and a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Bogdanovich has got 5 points so far. Philadelphia leading by 7. There's the pass to Noel. He kicks to Redick. Out left to the wing. Embiid, the pass to Redick. Here's Korkmaz, defended by Booker. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Dishes it to Embiid. It's over Brogdon. Booker pulls it in. Bucks trail by 7. here is Brogdon. Still looking for his first bucket in this one. Outside, Bogdanovich. Shoots over Redick. And misses it off the right side of the rim. For Philadelphia, they've gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second quarter. Here's Korkmaz. He's guarded by Stevenson. It's Redick on the wing and stolen by Bogdanovich. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Maker kicks to Bogdanovich. Shot clock at 6. For 3, Brogdon. Rebound by the 76ers. Here's Korkmaz. Shamet is guarded by Brogdon. Another miss by Philadelphia. Bucks trail by 7. Here's Bogdanovich, and a great assist by Brogdon as that one goes in. Brogdon's got 3 assists in the game. Shamet is guarded by Brogdon. Pass to Noel. Here's Korkmaz. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Redick against Bogdanovich. Back to Stevenson. Passes to Brogdon. At the top of the key, Maker. No good from outside. The 76ers leading by 5. Korkmaz passes to Redick. Shamet is guarded by Brogdon. Back to Redick. The 3. And the 3 ball is good. And the 76ers lead by 8.
And we've seen this offense step back into three-point land a little bit more in this quarter.
Or better or worse, and it looks like the latter. I mean, those threes not really falling yet.
Timeout called the Bucks. Clark, when you played, you were dominant inside. Are you surprised at how perimeter-oriented the game now has evolved into?
No, not really, Kevin, because of the three-point line and what it means. The game was created as a game of putting the ball in the basket. Initially, it was by getting the ball as close as you could to the basket with big guys or drives, and now with the three-point line, the shooting has become a premium, and it's really one of the great elements of the game for me, and I love the way folks are playing it now.
Defensive rules have sure made a big difference in this game, haven't they?
Yeah, great point.
Timeout called the 76ers.
And you might have heard this story about Giannis growing a couple of inches since he was drafted, but how about the strength this kid has added? Under 200 pounds as a rookie. He's added a good 35 pounds of muscle through his dedication in the weight room.
Philadelphia with the ball. 6-point lead. And Middleton with the block. Covington against Antetokounmpo. Right wing. Fareed outside. Shot clock at 5. Antetokounmpo against Covington. Antetokounmpo, no good. And Simmons has got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. Ball's knocked loose. Stolen by Middleton. Feeds it to Dellavedova. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Dellavedova's got his second bucket of the night. In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for the Bucks.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard. Playing airtight defense and coming up with the steal.
And also, how about how well they defended the rim? Not just blocking shots, but also altering them here in this first half.
Moore against Middleton. Dellavedova kicks to Fareed. And there's the whistle. Illegal screen.
And how about the numbers here for Middleton? Averaging 17 points per game, 5 assists, and 3 rebounds. And I think he's got to be pretty pleased with his output. And you know he's always looking to push himself.
Yeah, really solid numbers across the board here, Greg. I mean, he contributes in a multitude of ways for this club.
Here's Simmons. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
I like the variety pack offense that Simmons gives you. A little bit of everything. I mean, and that's huge for his team. When you're guarding him, it's almost pick your poison.
And not hard to see why they are giving up points on this run. Just too many good looks from in close.
The dish now to Moore. Pass to Noel. And it's Simmons. That time on the assist by Noel. 14 points for Ben Simmons.
Simmons absolutely in his comfort zone near the rim. I mean, uses his body extremely well and typically gets exactly the kind of shot he wants.
And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That is his first foul of the game. It's stolen by Davis. Covington kicks to Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
Unselfishness always admirable in a basketball player, and Covington consistent at giving it up when one of his teammates is open.
Bucks trail by 8. Dellavedova finds Middleton. To the inside. That's his second shot and his second basket. He's 2 for 2.
And their shots are falling now with more regularity than we saw at first.
Well, it was a slow start, but they've gone from simmer to medium heat, and they're bordering on hot to close this gap.
The feed to Dellavedova. Basket counts. Dellavedova's got 4 points in the quarter.
And 10 of their last 12 coming off assists.
Simmons on the wing. Defended by Dellavedova. And that one's good. Simmons got 18 points.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of it.
Dellavedova with the ball. He's got 7. He was all alone on that one. 5 points in the game.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
And Moore kicks to Simmons. Back to Moore. Loads it up for Davis. Just 5 on the clock. And no good. Some solid defense from Fareed. To the paint. Here's Antetokounmpo. Good, and the assist goes to Middleton. Middleton's got 5 assists tonight.
Really enjoy watching Antetokounmpo show off his toughness. I mean, he's not a real thick guy. Long, angular, and muscular. And much tougher than he looks. That's why I think he's able to overpower defenders at times.
Wow, unconscious has he been this quarter. They're riding that hot hand.
Now a timeout called by Milwaukee.
Well, you want to talk about the smoothest players in the league? You can't forget about Chris Middleton. I mean, he's not a blow-you-away athlete, but he has really good length and a sweet stroke, and he can get his shot off anytime.
Embiid, he's checked in for the 76ers. Smith comes in for E'Twaun Moore. They get a hand on it. Stolen by Fareed. Antetokounmpo passes to Fareed. Covington with the steal. He feeds it to Smith. It doesn't go for him. And Milwaukee will come the other way. And you look at Chris Middleton, Clark. What doesn't he do well?
You know, there's not much. He does a little bit of everything well. He's a smart, versatile defender. He can command the double team with his scoring and punish the double team with his passing as well. He can hurt you a lot of different ways, Kevin.
Middleton on the wing. Nice ball movement by Milwaukee. Just 4 to shoot. Shot from free throw range. Ben Simmons with the rebound. The 76ers leading by 3. Shoots from 14, and the basket is good. Simmons got 12 points now in the quarter.
Kevin, he's been flat out phenomenal, superb, scintillating this quarter. He's carving them up, knocking down everything.
Dellavedova finds Middleton. And he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. Ben Simmons, such a force when catching the ball, moving at the rim. But you know, Clark, he can get there on his own just as well.
Yeah, he's got a great knack for being able to get where he wants to with the ball. His size and strength and agility certainly help him. And he understands angles. This guy is just a jump shot away from being virtually unguardable, in my opinion.
And he knocks down the first one.
Middleton is most known, quite honestly, for his scoring ability. He's a sniper from outside that you can't afford to lose contact with.
Middleton hits them both.
Well, I tell you what, like how cool and collected he was getting the job done at the line in this one.
And Simmons has got the ball here for the Philadelphia 76ers. They've held a 12-point lead early. Count the bucket, and he's got a free throw coming up as well.
Excellent concentration that time by the 6'10" Simmons. Very good at completing these chances despite the defense's best efforts.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight.
And of course, we'd all like to see his percentage at the line improve, but he just does not have the touch right now. He's in the 60s.
Guys, I think free throw shooting, and Steve, you can speak to this, is all about rhythm and confidence, and he hasn't been able to establish any rhythm there this season.
One shot.
That's good from Simmons.
And the Australian Simmons is a star in the making thanks to his extremely versatile and high-level skill set and big frame.
Antetokounmpo. And again, the Bucks miss.
And he's just a tough defender. Good positioning to get after that shot.
Did a good job guarding the mid-range, extended out nicely, and definitely bothered the shot.
Outside, Simmons. It's Covington on the wing. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got 3 assists now in this one.
How about the alertness of Covington? I mean, sensing the separation from the defense and then cashing in on that space that was created.
And Fareed kicks to Dellavedova. The pass to Middleton. Three-pointer. Good on the three-point shot. Middleton's got a pair of triples in the second now for the Bucks.
Yeah, he's building off that strong first quarter, Kevin. Rising up and hitting shots with confidence.
Back to Simmons. And Simmons slams it in.
Simmons loves jamming it through. Relentless in his attacking of the cup.
There's 53 seconds left in the first half. Antetokounmpo against Covington. Lets it go from 14. Antetokounmpo, no good. The 76ers leading by 8. And it's Smith penetrating. Stolen by Middleton. Now here is Dellavedova. Guarded by Simmons. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. We got 22 seconds left in the first half of the game. And the shot goes down. Fareed's got his first basket of the night.
Those quick feet of his allow him to get out of the screen extremely fast. Fareed, difficult to stay with in the screen and roll.
Now here's Simmons. He's covered closely. Here's Embiid. Got it. Good job in the low post. And the 76ers lead by 8.
And you can see how comfortable Embiid is, feeling like nobody can guard him in the paint. And he's right.
And so it's Ben Simmons making highlights for Philadelphia. A terrific quarter for him. And now he has a total of 27 points. Shouldn't take him long to get up over 30. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks, Kevin. Here with Coach Mike Budenholzer. Coach, probably not the defensive effort you were hoping for thus far.
Yeah, no, our defense isn't where it needs to be. I think they're getting open looks. We're over-shifting, and then we're not committing to shooters. Just not a very good defensive effort so far.
Mike, thanks very much for your time. Kevin, back to you.
Thank you, David. And we'll be back for the third quarter of action following halftime.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to 2K Sports, the halftime show. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Boy, we have a lot to discuss. Ben Simmons putting in some incredible work. He had 27 points, 3 steals, and 3 rebounds. There was a lot to like about his first 2 quarters in this one. Let's start with you, Shaq. What'd you think about the 76ers?
I like their commitment to that inside game, boy. Get it inside to the post. Got to be scoring in the post, splashing to the basket, just shooting a high percentage shot. No jumpers, no threes. They're being a more aggressive team, a more physical team. They're definitely going to win this game, Ernie.
Kenny, what was your takeaway on Milwaukee?
They're being far less aggressive than they ought to be. The free throw differential is huge right now. It's threatening to determine the outcome of the game. So they have to get into the lane and challenge defenders to make them try to stop you.
Thanks for joining us, folks. We're now just a few minutes away from the start of the third quarter.
And for those of you just tuning in, thanks for being with us. The second half of this game still to play. What a game we're seeing from Simmons.
And through the first 2 periods, it seemed he got to the paint whenever he wanted to. Just a slasher's mentality.
Yeah, you know, good things happen when he cuts to the rim, Greg, and you cut into the heart of the defense like that, makes things easy.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. Ben Simmons is out there with Smith. Then there's Davis. Then it's Robert Covington. And it's Embiid in at the center, locking down the middle. And that's the group for Brett Brown as we begin the second half. Antetokounmpo kicks to Dellavedova. Shot clock at 6. Bucks passing it around. It's stolen by Davis. Covington passes to Embiid. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Well, I tell you what, so hard to guard all that size. I mean, Embiid is an absolute monster, and he knows how to draw fouls, too.
It's his first trip to the line.
Taking 2 shots.
And he makes the first. And the Sixers' strength, Clark, on the offensive end is how many ways they can attack a team.
Yeah, I agree with you there. Deadly in transition because of Simmons' size, speed, and passing ability. And if they don't have something in the initial thrust, Embiid, always an option to go to in the low post. They shoot it well from multiple positions. They've got a lot to like offensively.
Bucks trail by 10. Dellavedova kicks to Fareed. Poked away, and that's out of bounds. Milwaukee will retain possession.
All right, a moment to check out stats for Embiid. He's been dominant over the last month. He's getting around 20 points per, 10 rebounds, and just over 2 blocks. And he brings that offensive firepower to the team. Scoring just comes natural.
And, you know, defenses are throwing everything at him, yet he's still able to put up points. He's really unstoppable.
Dellavedova with the ball. Simmons is there.
Boy, I tell you, the long reach of Covington really bothering shooters. I mean, he enjoys making life difficult for whoever he's assigned to.
Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo has got 4 rebounds in this game. Tipped away. Middleton looking it over. Second half of basketball, just over a minute played so far. Now Dellavedova. He has 7, and he hits the jump shot. Dellavedova's got 9.
In the screen and roll, that's where Matthew Dellavedova is at his decision-making best.
Smith outside. Simmons finds Smith. Bucket is good. And the 76ers lead by 10.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Guarded by Embiid.
Oh, yes, sir. Come on, bring it. And I got to say, sort of surprising he goes for a slam that difficult when they're trailing.
But still a magnificent move to the rim.
I don't care what the score is there, fellas. That's the play we'll remember from this game, clearly.
Fader on the way. Oh, and that one had the right spin on it, and it is good. And that's now 29 points for Ben Simmons. It's Antetokounmpo on the wing. Kicks it to Dellavedova. Clock at 6. And stolen by Simmons. Smith against Middleton. Now here is Smith. Embiid, the pass to Simmons. 5 on the clock. That one off the back iron and out. And it's Antetokounmpo with the ball. He'll bring it up for the Bucks. Trailing by 10. Now here is Dellavedova. Guarded by Simmons. And it's Dellavedova missing. 76ers have gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. And it's Smith penetrating. He kicks to Simmons. Back to Smith. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Smith's got the lead up to 12 now for the 76ers. Just under 3.5 minutes played here in the third quarter. Now a timeout called by Milwaukee. We've seen Simmons really having a great game.
And he's just attacking the rim with force here. They need to try and deny him the ball in the paint to keep him away from the basket.
While we have a moment here, let's see which teams have scored the most second chance points since the All-Star break. The 76ers, number 1.
Not many will go after it on the offensive boards the way they do. I mean, and particularly since the break, they have really made teams pay on the inside.
Now here is Dellavedova. He's tightly guarded. Outside, Antetokounmpo. That shot missing. Great D that time from Davis. Antetokounmpo against Covington. He dishes it to Simmons. Pass to Embiid. Over Maker. Embiid, no good. Bucks trail by 12. And there's so much speculation early in Embiid's career if he would even pan out. It's become clear, Clark, that he was worth the wait.
Well, it was all injury related in terms of the questions because he sat out his first 2 years in the league with some type of injury. Those injury concerns, really the only reason that people question him, the talent, the size, and you love his personality as well. But this guy has tremendous skills, and he's going to be an all-star for years to come if he's healthy.
Dellavedova with the ball. Simmons is there. Dellavedova kicks to Antetokounmpo, and Robert Covington picks up the foul. And that'll be his third foul so far. Bogdanovich against Smith. Bucks passing it around. 4 on the shot clock. Here's Antetokounmpo, and again the Bucks miss. The 76ers leading by 12. Smith on the wing. He's got 6. Here's Simmons. Antetokounmpo pulls it in. Antetokounmpo's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. trying to get something going. Comes up empty down low.
And you know what? He's just not on his game, no doubt about it. Their deficit isn't totally on him, but he has not been an asset for his team. Yeah, just a terrific job of just staying with it. Nice.
Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And they call the foul, so a chance at the line for one more coming up.
Boy, for such a young player, the razor-sharp focus of Antetokounmpo, really impressive. I mean, a muscular guy who still makes baskets despite getting hit in the process. He's not wide, but he is muscular.
J.J. Redick's checked in for the 76ers.
One shot.
And Milwaukee with a change here, too. Brogdon's checked in. That's good from Antetokounmpo.
And from everything you hear about Giannis Antetokounmpo, he keeps a laser focus. Basketball and his family are his sole preoccupation.
Out of bounds, Milwaukee takes possession.
And let's take a look now. Anthony Davis's numbers. He's been dominant over the last month. 9th in field goal percentage, 18th in rebounding. And, of course, rim protection always at a premium. That's an important part of his game. Top 20 in block spurt.
And back to his phenomenal efficiency from three, top 10 in the league. His consistent shooting creates so many openings in the defense. Maker, no one around him from outside off the mark. And some have even compared Giannis to Kobe Bryant for his single-minded dedication, Greg, to improvement.
Yeah, you know, something of an introvert. Not a guy you'll find out on the town or schmoozing with other stars. He's content to save outside pursuits for after his playing days are done. And that's what you give up when you don't fight over the screen.
Yeah, I agree with you wholeheartedly. I mean, not a lot of effort put forth on defense there. I mean, I think he's definitely got to play up on him more and off the screen in that situation.
Brogdon kicks to Booker. Second chance effort. Rebound by the 76ers. Embiid's got his 7th rebound here tonight.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
And it's been a well-rounded performance. I mean, strong rebounding has certainly been at the center of it, but it's been good on a number of levels.
Passes it to Bogdanovich. And stolen by Redick. Oh, and here comes Smith all alone. Simmons finds Smith. Embiid trying to break loose. Offline with the baseline jumper. Bucks trail by 15. Bogdanovich passes to Brogdon. Booker outside. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Antetokounmpo. Nice shot from the wing. Antetokounmpo's got 15.
Well, I like how Antetokounmpo takes his time on these shots. No rush. Measures what he wants. That mid-range game, Jay, of his, really starting to get better.
Outside, Simmons shoots from 14, and it's Davis missing. And so Antetokounmpo will bring it up for the Bucks. It's a 13-point game. Maker misses. Antetokounmpo against Smith. Back to Simmons. Smith outside. Here's Embiid. Davis. Great positioning on the putback. And the 76ers lead by 15.
Just so resourceful as a player. Davis gets the job done inside in all sorts of ways. And that's one of them right there, crashing the offensive glass, getting that second chance bucket. Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts.
Yeah, you look across the board, it's actually sizing up, shaping up to be a great game. I mean, strong performances throughout, and they've really been strong on the glass. Boy, he shows a lot of desire when he's fighting for that tough board, and his length doesn't hurt either.
Here's Antetokounmpo. Basket is good. He'll get a chance for one more at the line.
And Antetokounmpo showing his versatility yet again. His dribble moves are virtually unguardable.
And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the 76ers.
And, guys, something every team strives for is getting points off of turnovers, and they've done that here in both halves.
They haven't wasted time getting the ball up the court tonight either, and it's resulted in a lot of fast break points.
One shot.
Free throw, no good for Antetokounmpo.
And though he's still young, Giannis Antetokounmpo is already elite. I mean, his athleticism and length, really hard to contain.
Bucks trail by 13. Poked loose and stolen by Redick. There's the call on Trevor Booker. That's his first foul.
Into the lineup for the Bucks. Number 9.
And Noel kicks to Korkmaz. And here is Noel. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Clock at 6. Shamet, he's guarded by Stevenson. The 76ers with another miss.
He continues to struggle from the field. But luckily for him and his team, his teammates have been able to pick him up and get the job done.
Covington against Antetokounmpo. Here's Brogdon. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Offensive rebound. And denied. He sends it right off the glass.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Stolen by Stevenson. Bogdanovich against Redick. Bogdanovich dishes to Stevenson. Bucks passing it around. Bogdanovich, no luck. Philadelphia leading by 13. Redick surveying the D. The rebound by Brogdon. Milwaukee's gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. .103 left to play in the third. And there's the call on Malcolm Brogdon. That's his first foul. A different look for Milwaukee. Fareed comes in for Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Middleton subbed in for Bogdanovich. The 76ers shooting 47%, pretty solid. 54 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. Shamet, the putback. He's off on that one, so Milwaukee will take it the other way. Now, here's Brogdon. He's guarded closely. Here's Fareed. It's hauled in by the 76ers. Noel's got 8 rebounds in this game. Here's Korkmaz. Another miss, and they desperately need a bucket.
Boy, strange that he bricked that one. I mean, no clue where the defense was, and tell you what, they got very lucky.
Stevenson finds Fareed. Now, here's Brogdon, covered by Redick. Now, here's Brogdon. Not a lot of room. 2 points. That one goes.
Taking the contact like the pro he is, it's clear Brogdon is tough to intimidate when he's looking to score.
And it's J.J. Redick with a 3. Redick's got 7 points. And so it's the Philadelphia 76ers sitting with a comfortable lead, up by 14. And they're winning the turnover battle very easily in this one. Right back after this break. Head coach Mike Budenholzer is mic'd up along the sideline. Let's check it out.
Just keep grinding. Keep getting stuff. The offense will come. See if we can move it a little bit more against the runs and then drive it, move it, catch it, shoot it.
Clearly he wants his guys, Greg, to work harder on offense.
And I love what Coach Budenholzer said. Just keep gutting through it, and eventually something positive will happen.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And Milwaukee, looking at who they've got, Brogdon and Middleton pair up at the 1 and the 2. And Stevenson is out there with Kenneth Faried.
Embiid, the big fella, on the catch and shoot. Nice.
Inside. Guarded by Embiid. Middleton outside. And a miss there on the triple. Philadelphia leading by 16. Pass to Korkmaz. A 3-ball. Another 3 for Philadelphia.
Where was the defense? Come on now. Where was it? No idea how they gave up that open look.
Now, here's Brogdon. He's tightly guarded. Shot clock at 5. Stevenson kicks to Faried. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. To the wing right side. Here's Noel. Got a piece of it. Middleton outside. From the stripe. That one wide left.
Man, right play, wrong result on that one. Generally, you knock those down.
Not much else you can do there. I mean, that's what you want. Too bad they weren't able to finish it off.
Korkmaz kicks to Embiid. Now the pass to Korkmaz. That 3 off the mark.
And I love how his teammates have stepped up for him. He's struggling, but they're ramping it up and getting it done this quarter.
To the middle, Shamet, and that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
You know, I love how he absorbed the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down.
For your 76ers, Landry Shamet at the line for 2.
Two shots.
The first one falls. You know, there's always this debate, Clark. Could the best teams 20 years ago beat the best teams of today?
I think there would be some compelling matchups, and I think you would find winners on both sides from different eras. I really do. It's hard to compare just because of the difference in eras and periods, but really good championship teams typically could handle most teams in the current era. I believe that in all sports. So compelling matchups, and I do think some teams from a couple of decades ago could handle some of the teams that we see winning championships now.
And here's the break. Out to the right wing. Korkmaz passes to Noel. Over Faried. And it's Noel missing.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
Stevenson kicks to Faried. Bucks passing it around. Dellavedova with the ball. Pass to Middleton. The fadeaway. And it's Noel with the rebound. Noel's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. Another miss by Philadelphia.
And I thought that was going to drop. It looked good from here.
And he gets it to go, hitting off the back of the rim.
You know, even though he's been on, they still are behind. I mean, there's only so much he can do.
Kicks to Embiid. You know, Clark, when you think about it, all fans really care about is winning, and that's hard to pull off when you're the only star on your team. And we see it all over the league.
You know, basketball is not tennis or golf. It's a team game, and one man can't win a championship by himself. I mean, when you look at all the championship teams, they were championship teams, not driven by just one star player. And it's a blessing when you can play with other good players, and that's what all good players desire to do at some point in their career.
They need a bucket in a big way here to regain some confidence.
Now here is Dellavedova, guarded closely. Stevenson outside. Inside. Here's Fareed. And the rejection by Noel.
And the shot blocking skills of Noel are a staple of his game. Really one of the foundational pieces. He really takes a lot of pride in what he does on defense.
Robert Covington.
The 76ers leading by 19 points. Now Simmons down low. Here's Covington. He kicks it to Moore. Simmons on the wing. Back to Moore. Launches a three. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got his 7th assist here tonight.
Not shy from outside. There's no doubt about that. Spreading the floor and getting them up.
Love the mentality there, I tell you. I know I've never coached, but, man, playing to win and being aggressive even with the lead as opposed to being safe and going into prevent offense, I'll take the former all day long. Play to win. And Lance Stephenson, man, I could say a ton about this guy, but he is a player who thrives in chaos. Broken plays, odd situations. Those are where Lance is at his best. I mean, he likes to play as a freestyler, and he excels in that capacity.
He's off on the first. And with Lance Stephenson, sometimes he'll pull off an improvised play, Clark, that just drops your jaw.
Yeah, he's one of the most instinctive players I've ever seen. I mean, he does do some things that could cause you to pull your hair out if you have any. But this guy is competitive, great size, and he ignites a team because he can do a lot of things to help you win.
Average value of an NBA team, Clark, over $1 billion. And I can't even believe I'm saying that, but the league wasn't always so healthy and always thriving the way it is now.
Yeah, every business goes through periods of prosperity and challenge. The league, NBA, no different. Early 80s, there were real struggles and challenges. Then there was a real bump as we got into the late 80s and into the 90s, plateaued a bit, and now we're on a great ascension. But the players and the league have really worked well together to bring the league to a greater level of popularity and success in this time period now. And you can't discount the big money from TV contracts. That fuels the fire quite a bit as well.
Knocks it loose and stolen by Simmons. And the 76ers call time here.
Guard it.
Making a change here. Antetokounmpo's checked in. And Moore kicks to Simmons. Back to Moore. Passes it to Simmons. 6 to shoot. Out to the right wing. Noel dishes to Simmons. This one for 3. Milwaukee with the rebound. Outside, Antetokounmpo. Teams of the past would often pound the offensive glass, Clark. I think of the '84 Celtics, but now teams are running only one, maybe 2 guys to the offensive boards.
I think a big part of it is transition defense is so important that teams now don't send as many people to the offensive glass. But the flip side of that is if you get offensive rebounds, you get opportunities to score, and you can thwart transition chances. So I tilt towards trying to get to the offensive glass as long as you've got a couple of guys that are really good at it.
Poke loose. Covington against Antetokounmpo. Covington finds Simmons. Over Dellavedova. Another miss by Philadelphia. Bucks trail by 21. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
And the double up on Antetokounmpo. And stolen by Simmons. Covington passes to Simmons. Dishes it to Moore. Feeds to Simmons. 5 on the clock. High post, Davis. Ripped away. Now here is Dellavedova. Over in the corner, Antetokounmpo. Pass to Middleton. Over Moore. Middleton can't get it to go.
He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
Moore outside. The pass to Simmons. Over Middleton. No good from Simmons. Bucks trail by 21. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's his 5th foul.
Yeah, and that's number 5. One more, and he is going to be done for the day.
Some changes for Philadelphia. Joel Embiid. He's checked in for Noel. And Smith subbed in for Moore. The feed to Antetokounmpo. And the layup's good off the glass. Antetokounmpo's got 9 points now in just the second half.
And it's easy to see why Antetokounmpo could be MVP of this league. I mean, he can flat out dominate games at times.
Smith kicks to Simmons. Over Middleton. The 76ers again can't hit it. Antetokounmpo against Covington. Antetokounmpo dishes to Dellavedova. And there's a whistle, and that's going to go on Simmons. That is his first foul of the game. Covington with the steal.
This game is going to get even more out of hand unless they start valuing the basketball.
Well, it's simply been an awful quarter. I mean, terrible ball security. They've actually handled that thing like it's got leprosy. Take care of it.
Ouch. Leprosy.
Fareed against Davis. Now here's Antetokounmpo. He's guarded closely. And Simmons has got the ball here for the 76ers. They've only given up 5 points here in the 4th quarter. Davis with it. Now guarded by Fareed. Back to Simmons. Over Dellavedova. And there's the foul on the shot. He'll go to the line for 2. And Milwaukee gets called for the foul. Clark, if you were a general manager, and I think you'd make an outstanding one, during the pre-draft process in particular, a player has declined to work out. Would you still consider drafting?
Yeah, I would consider it. Again, there will be some extenuating circumstances. Why has he declined? What have we seen? Obviously, I'm hopeful that my scouting staff has taken a look at him, and I've seen the kid up close and in person and done my due diligence, so I've got a comfort level with who he is and what he can become. But I don't think the declining of a workout is enough reason to just dismiss a prospect that you like.
Malcolm Brogdon's checked in for the Bucks. He makes 1 of 2 that time. Milwaukee's gone 0 of 3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Here's Middleton, and it's rebounded by Covington.
Oh, it's been a turbulent quarter, really rough for him. Nothing going his way, but he seems determined to shoot his way out of it.
Smith kicks to Simmons. And Fareed comes to help. Here's Davis. The basket good off the assist from Simmons. Simmons got assist number 8 now on the night. The Bucks shooting 38% from the field, a pretty weak showing for them. And Robert Covington picks up the foul. That's it for him. He's fouled out of the game.
And guys, at this point, just a side note, they've got this one sewn up. He's probably headed to the bench one way or the other.
Philadelphia on D. Back to Bogdanovich. And there's 1:45 left in the fourth quarter.
And I bet you'll never see too many guys who can put forth an effort on the boards like this one.
Yeah, as a former outstanding rebounder myself, I can certainly appreciate what this guy is doing. An extraordinary combination of talent and desire is what allows him to do what he's done today. Great performance.
They get it again. Bolden buried from 15 feet out.
And as we head to the final buzzer here, a crushing blowout, big-time dominance, and this will go in the record books as a gaudy win for the 76ers.
As one-sided as it gets today, you know, there were some dominant moments in about every facet of this game for that team.
Yeah, I mean, Kevin, it's hard to think of what didn't go right for them. Game planning by the coaches, execution by the players, everything was just on target.
And reaching an impressive milestone on the year, this will be win number 60. And guys, they have played so well this season. I think pretty much any given night, they've come in with that swagger and attitude, and they've really backed it up.
And not only are they on their way to winning this game, this also gives them a win in the season series.
And, Greg, I don't think we can overstate how significant that was for them today. I mean, beating a conference opponent 3 out of 4 times, that's no easy feat.
And one of the key components to this victory, if not the biggest, was the incredible performance for Ben Simmons.
You can do a lot to change a game other than scoring, and it was his quick hands on the defensive end that put them in the driver's seat.
Milwaukee's gone 0 of 3 so far in the fourth quarter from long range. Now, here's Maker, guarded by Embiid. Right side, Bogdanovich. Hits it from three-point range.
He's starting to figure it out a little bit more. Dimes like this prove Maker knows how to find the open guy.
One thing we've seen from these guys is excellent passing.
No doubt about it. It's fun to watch the way they're operating as a team right now. They are all in sync.
Smith kicks to Redick. Good ball movement here by the 76ers. Clock at 6. Shot from the wing. Smith's shot is good.
And how much longer are they going to keep that foot on the accelerator?
As long as required, Greg. I mean, you can tell they want to put this thing to bed.
Bogdanovich finds Booker. Wants to get it to Stevenson and does. It's good.
And he placed that pass out in front of him and let him just run into it in rhythm.
So it's the 76ers winning this one easily. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Anthony, what was Coach's points of emphasis going into the game tonight?
Defense. You know, we got defended rebound. We defended really well. You know, rebound, they made tough shots in the beginning. You know, but we switched up the game plan a little bit, and you know, he told us to go out there, play hard, and that's what we did, and came out with the victory.
Yeah, you covered all the bases in getting the win tonight. Congrats again. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that about does it for the final game of the NBA regular season. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. So long, everyone.